Right. So, friends, today we're going to talk about credit cards. Okay. Now, I want to go over all the wonderful things that come with using a credit card and having a credit card. And then I'm going to destroy your hopes and dreams. Is that all right? Yeah, it's like, dude, forget about it. So I will tell you, some of you might already have a credit card. Some of you might have a credit card that your parents allow you to use. Those of you who are choosing to go on to college, credit card people are on university campuses nationwide all the time.
I thought they weren't allowed to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They banned that.
Oh, then they're probably sitting across the street and probably offering you a free Chipotle if you come over and meet with them. Get the Frisbee, the T-shirt, the towel, the free chicken sandwich. Okay, so here's the positives about using a credit card. You always have it. Agree? Most of you, or many of you, will always, or all of you will always have your phone. Some of you have some sort of little sleeve that you stick, probably your driver's license and a credit card. Some of you might have a wallet. That's great. So you always have a credit card if you've gotten one. That's fine. Credit cards are taken about everywhere. Credit cards are protected, not through the federal government, but through the credit card. Meaning, if somebody were to get your credit card number and buy things without your permission, you can contact the credit card company saying, no, I didn't buy a $4,600 suede couch in purple. Okay? So you're protecting. Now you got you thinking, suede couch in purple? I'm in. So that's some pretty good protections. Other things that take place with credit cards that are positive, they usually give you, yes?
What do they do with that transaction? What is one like how do they get their money back?
Oh, I'm going to tell you how the credit cards make their money.
I know how they make their money from you. I'm saying if some thief takes your credit card, buys a 14-inch a big TV on it, and you're like, no, that wasn't me. What happens to the thief? What happens to the money that was spent?
Any fraudulent transaction over a certain amount of money gets turned over to the FBI. Then the FBI goes after the bad guy, and then because there's every company that out there develops something for a certain amount of loss, they can write it off on taxes. And so that's basically management. All right, so a lot of times a credit card, if you buy, say, you didn't go to the rent to own because we already said that's bad, right? But you went over to the Best Buy and you went and bought yourself that new TV for that apartment. Remember the one that we're not going to buy at the rent to own, but we're at the Best Buy? A lot of times Best Buy is going to try and sell you a warranty for that with that TV, right? And warranties will be something we'll talk about in another one of these weeks. Don't buy the warranty. If you use your credit card to buy your TV, your credit card has a 1-year warranty on what you purchased, built in. Sounds good. Stirrups reeling us in. We're all going to get credit cards. Heck, I'm going to get 9 or 10. Huh?
Does Rex show up in this story?
Nah, he had to work today. All right, so credit cards have some basic goodnesses. Now, credit cards also lure you in by having a rewards type of program. A rewards type of program takes place by if you purchase certain items, you get certain amount of points towards certain things. Now, like Southwest Airlines, they have their own credit card. You can use that credit card anywhere. You can buy gas with it, groceries, wherever. And you can get reward points on the Southwest Airlines card to establish free flights. Seems like a good idea. There's other rewards programs where you could get money back. You can get gift cards to certain stores. once you've established a certain amount of points. Now, my best advice to you, I'm going to tell you now, and then I'm going to show you why it happens. Credit cards are just like anything else. If you can't afford it, save up. Once you have the money to buy it, use your credit card to buy it. You get your statement at the end of the month. The money that you saved to buy what you needed pays that credit card off in its entirety. Okay? Each and every month. Okay. So, who has a calculator readily available for me to help me out? Okay, we got a couple. All right, so we're going to go with a single transaction. Here, we're actually going to do this so you can see it over there too, so I don't sit in anyone's way. We're going to talk about that one-time thing. We're going to purchase something one time with our credit card. And we're going to be good for a couple of months. Still follow me on this? But the thing is, we like things. We like to buy stuff, right? It's real easy. It's real easy to use a credit card however you want to use it because it doesn't feel like real money. And that's kind of the psychological thing that comes with it. Well, it's not really real money. No, you owe, you have to pay. So I'll pull that up too. Okay? So, let's see if that will connect. Sweet. All right. So, let's say we decide we are going to purchase a $5,000 item. I don't know what you purchased, but you used $5,000. Still with me? Now, credit cards like to help you out. They're just as bad, if not worse, than the rent to own. Okay? So, the credit card wants you to do a minimum payment each month. The minimum payment on credit cards, there's a certain range, but we'll just use 2%. So each month you have to pay 2% of your balance. Still with me? The interest, especially for young people, and yes, they have the little wheel and deal things that they'll put in there that'll entice you to go to it. But most interest payments, and I'm just going to round this, it's 20%. Okay? Still with me? All right. So we purchased something for $5,000. This is where you need to help me with your calculator, please. I'm going to multiply this. Actually, I'm going to take this. I'm going to move it up here. Move it out of the way. We're going to be good. We're going to pay our 2%. So if I pay 2%, that means I have 98% of my balance left. Agreed? You understand how I just did that math? Okay. I need for somebody to go 5,000 times 0.98, please. Exactly? Okay, thank you. All right. We're feeling good about this because you know what? We just paid 2%. Okay? Now you get the 1 month grace period. This is nice. I owed, you said $4,900, right?
Yes.
Okay. We bought something for $5,000. You get your next, you wrote a check or had a direct deposit to them to pay 2%. So now you only owe $4,900. You're feeling really good about yourself, yes? Okay. Here comes the devil. So you get the 1 month free. So your next statement comes, and you haven't bought anything else on your credit card. Your next you're thinking, okay, I got 4,900. Our interest is 20%. So I'm going to multiply this times 1.20. What's 4,900 times 1.20?
5880.
Uh-oh. Okay, I still have to pay 2%. So now my $5,000 balance is now 5880 times 0.98 because I have to pay 2% of that. So what's 5,800 times 0.98 is?
5760.
5760 times 1.0. Help me out.
6914.
My minimum payment is going to go, so I have to pay just 2% of that. Help me out.
6776.
Do I really need to go further? Because right now our $5,000 item costs me almost $2,000 more within the first 2 months. Huh. Okay. We're going to figure out this thing. We're going to do better than minimum payment. We're good people. We're going to start paying 10% each month. Okay? So I get to this point saying, oh, this is a bunch of horse dookie. Now we're going to increase our 2% payment. We're now going to pay 10%. So if I pay 10%, that means I'm going to take my 676. So now we increased our payment to 10% of our payment. So 6776 times 0.90.
6100.
Oh, feeling good. Okay. Credit card's still charging us that 20%. $6,100 times 1.20.
7300.
Dude, remember that $5,000 item we had to have? Now we owe $7,300 for it. But dude, we increased our payment. We increased our payment fivefold. We went from 2% to 10%. So now you're ticked. So now you're going to increase your payment to 50%. I got to get this paid off. It's got to get paid off soon. Okay? All right, we increased our payment to that. So 7,300 times 0.50.
3700.
Now we're going someplace. Okay? Oh, we're feeling pretty good. All right. Oh, but the credit card's still going to charge me that 20% on that money. 3,700 times 1.20.
4400.
We're going to get this paid off. I'm still going to keep paying my 50%. So 4,400 times 0.5. 2,200. Man, we're moving. Life is good. All right. Credit card comes back in. Hey, you're doing a great job. You're a great customer. Giving you cash points. You're happy. 2,200 times 1.20.
2600.
All right. Now, this is where we are going to make an error. We're still paying our 50% because it's not too bad. So 2,600 times 0.50 is 1,300. Just like that mental math. But, here comes a credit card. We got down to 1,300 times 1.20. So that's what they're going to do. What 1,300 times 1.20? 1,550. Okay. All right. But we're feeling good. We just met somebody. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You're in the game. You're playing the dating game now. I don't care who you're dating, but you met somebody. You want to show up a little bit. Doesn't matter who you are choosing to like, whether you're a guy or girl. Money is not going to choose and judge. Okay. But you decide you go on a pretty good date. You find a nice restaurant. You guys go bowling. I don't know what you do. You go find something. You go to a big concert downtown. You go to an after-hours comedy club. You Uber to 16 different locations. So here was that date. And you're like, I got this. I got a credit card. Dude, I've been paying this off. It's good. So your date is going to cost you, let's say it's a fantastic date. We're going to drop $1,000 that night. Credit card. Oh, thank you very much. I see how you work there, Mr. Farm Fresh Egg Boy. You got a date. Got yourself a significant other. You dropped $1,000 in a night. Hope it was worth it. Okay. Credit card's fine with it. Yeah, use us. And you still know. You know what? I got this 50% that I will still pay. Okay. So what is 2550 times the 0.50? It's not too bad. That was worth it. Credit card's like, okay. Felt pretty good about this date. Now I'm going to entice you. Hey, you just went over to Johnny's Steakhouse. Where's Johnny's Steakhouse? I have no idea. But Johnny's Steakhouse has a little promotion going. If you use your Visa at Johnny's Steakhouse within the next month, you get a free appetizer and a free dessert with the purchase of an entree. Johnny's our friend. Visa's our friend. Hey, what's this 1275 times 120?
1330.
But you know what? We got a new date. The first date we took to Johnny's Steakhouse didn't work out. So I'm going to do the exact same thing another night because it's got to work out. So we go back to Johnny's Steakhouse, but we save some money because, well, you know what? We get a free appetizer and a free dessert. So this time, our date is only going to cost us $500. The nice thing is, because I bought those concert tickets with my Visa, we got 37th row on the floor. Pretty good, except when you're a 5'9" dude like me. And everybody else in the world who's got way more height than me is in front of me. Not a good idea. But you know what? We're going to spend an extra $500 on this evening. So now we're back up to $2,030. Okay. So the long and the short of this is, let me just highlight. Let's just highlight what we did. Okay, we made a payment. We made a payment here, made a payment here, payment here. Then we made a payment here. Then we increased our payment. Oops, I made a mistake. I highlighted. I got too anxious with my highlighting. Payment here, here, here. Here, here. Okay. So I just need somebody. So the amount of money we've spent looks like we paid 1,000 for a date, 500 for a date, and our original $5,000. So 5,000 plus 1,000 plus 500. We are $6,500 into this program of we had to have something that was 5,000. Johnny's Steakhouse was good to us. We've had 2 outstanding dates. Oh boy. How much money did we spend to get to that 6,500? It's horrible. If I went all the way through the amortization table on this, which is basically you adjusting your payments up and down, they're still charging you 20% interest on what you borrowed. Your $6,500 is going to wind up costing you about $18,000, $19,000 if you kept doing that minimum payment. So my friends, the best way, and I said this before, the best way for you to work with a credit card only have one. Okay. Know your limit. And I'm not talking about your limit on your credit card. Know how much you can pay in 30 days. If you pay what you bought 30, each monthly installment when it comes, and you could choose what day it comes in, what day your payments due, you will never owe the credit company a dime. They make nothing off of you. Okay? In fact, if you do it this way, you still get all of the points. And those points can go towards airline flights, gift cards, even cash back. So now the credit card, if you're playing the game the right way, they're paying you to use their credit card. Because unfortunately, most of society doesn't understand how a credit card works. And most of society is going to allow you, the financial independent, knowing person, to benefit off the idiocy of the rest of society.
Pay off your credit card with another credit card.
Yeah, dude. Max them all out, see the Mexican.
Hate to say this, they talk. They talk with each other. And it becomes a 29% surcharge that they charge you if you choose to do that. 20.
Just pay it off.
Oh, yeah. The problem by doing that is your first credit card will probably have $1,000 credit balance. And if you go over that, there's a huge penalty.
Well, eventually, I'm gonna just keep paying off the penalties of credit cards, and eventually I die and no one gets their money. So
Nah, they'll start liquidating stuff. Now, friends, how else does the credit card make money? Because we've seen plenty of credit card commercials throughout our lives. So they make their money on people that don't understand.
don't they reinvest it too?
Sure. So that's the first way they make the money. The next way they make the money, stores and restaurants do not prefer to use a credit card because those stores or restaurants or businesses pay anywhere from 3 to 7% per transaction to the credit card. That comes directly out of that store's profits because you wanted to use a credit card. Now, here in Colorado, it's illegal for you to buy gas and have a cash price versus a credit price. But you go over to our neighbor over there in Nebraska, you're driving down the road going, look at that, unleaded gas, $2.71. And then the sign changes going, wait, it just went up. It went up to $3.05. Well, it's going cash, credit, cash, credit, cash, credit. What's that? There are certain places I figured out how to get around it. So let's say I have Circle K's credit card. They call it their Easy Pay. So it's like an app that they have. It's the same idea as a credit card company, but because it's their own corporation, they can get away with giving you the discount if you choose to use it, because most of society is dumb, so you're not going to pay it all off in one lump sum each month. You're going to gradually pay it off. So they're going to get their money back from you and then 10 times that. So it's kind of it's a game that they play. I worked at a restaurant before I was a bartender called Nello's Pizza. Nello's Pizza was a cash restaurant only. They did not accept credit cards. And they were able to pass on the savings to the customer. You got a really good meal for significantly less because you paid cash for it. We used to have people that would come into that restaurant saying, it's illegal, you have to take a credit card. No, I have to take cash. Cash is legal tender. Credit card is a company. We don't have to take a company. And but credit cards make on every transaction off of each business. And now why is it from 3 to 7%? And this is really unfortunate. The smaller the business, the higher the percent. Because the amount of volume that's going through that business is not much. Walmart, they're at the 3% range. Okay? Sonny's grocery store, there's only one of them. I don't know where Sonny's grocery store is. It's doing 7% per transaction. Okay? Credit cards are making money hand over fist on this. So you'd ask me, what does a credit card do if they take a loss? They're going to say, boy, that $5,000 couch will never be able to recover because it was stolen out of Stirrup's wallet. Oh, we just made it up just now. And just made it up just now. And we just made it up just now. We just made it up just now. So think about, let's go real small. Let's go Singleton store or Singleton company, Home Depot. In almost every state, you would think. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 states that doesn't have it, but would we say Home Depot's in at least 30 states? That'd be a fair assessment. And I'm just making this up. Home Depot has a ton of people each and every day that are going in there. A large volume of those people are using a credit card because, one, it's easy, it's convenient. Yeah, the store is saying, oh shoot, we're dropping 3% each person that they buy per transaction. We're going to increase our prices a little bit, so it's going to offset that. How many people just did a transaction at Home Depot nationwide right now? What about now? What about now? What about now? Just think about the mass volume of people that are using credit cards any given time throughout any given day. It's crazy. You can, yes, everyone wants to give you a perk, and they make money off you. They make money off you if you don't understand how the game plays. So over the past, in June, 23 years, I've been married. My wife, I'm good with money. My wife is really good with money. We have paid every month what we put on our credit cards. the amount of money that our credit cards have paid us has got to be close to the hundreds of thousands of dollars range. I kid you not. So think of that. Do you want to turn down hundreds of thousands of dollars over 23 years? I mean, so I will tell you this, because I love to garden. My wife just got me $1,000 in Home Depot gift cards for my gardening.
Aren't seeds like $3?
Oh, you should see my garden zone. I just don't plant seeds.
What's your like selection? What's your like top shelf? I want to talk about it.
My top shelf item I grow,
Your top shelf, yeah.
Roma tomatoes.
Like how much per seed is that?
Huh?
How much per seed is they grow?
Oh, pennies. But the amount of manure, fertilizer, the cages, the racks, my garden gets bigger and bigger every year. There's a lot. I invest a lot. And then I got up to a 1,000 beehive in the back corner of my property. I grow a large amount of flowers as well.
Wait, like you like run the bees?
I do have
They're there by choice.
Yeah, I have a beehive in the back that the bees go and they hang out.
You have do you have like the suit?
No, I got a guy that comes.
You should like you could save even more money if you learn how to be a beekeeper yourself.
I don't have to pay the bee guy. The bee guy is paid from the state because the state horticultural society.
No, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So he comes out, makes sure everything's good. When we want to get honey, he comes out and he doesn't smoke cigarettes. He smokes the beehive. So all the bees say, "Dude, let's get out of here." And then we can get to the honeycombs. Yeah, it's good. The reason I have the bees is because of the amount of flowers, the bees, and the vegetables I grow and the fruits I grow. It's all nature, pollinates. Just have to figure out how to keep those stupid squirrels out without my neighbor reporting me when I shoot them.
Okay. I got a solution. Same thing happened with my neighbor show. What we did. Get a 22. Then you're all